What's going on, everyone? It's just me, just John today. A bit of a different video going on. I'm not really used to talking about myself, but we're gonna give this a shot because, uh, as some of you may know, the video game awards were on, and I personally didn't watch them. I'm not really as like big into gaming as I used to be. I do obviously still love video games, but I don't keep up with all that stuff. But anyway, Albert went ahead and sent me a video of the Monster Hunter Wilds trailer that was showcased, and it's slated for 2025. So I went ahead and watched it. I did watch it a couple times, and I just kind of wanted to give you guys my initial thoughts on it. I will have some Monster Hunter World gameplay in the background, just so you guys have something to listen to. That way you guys don't have to listen to my voice this whole time because you know it's me. Anyway, just quick overview. The character basically is on a mount the entire time. The hunter is basically on a mount the entire time. A new mount, I might add, it is going away from the Palamute. It looks like a kind of like a bird-esque chocobo type thing. Very interesting. Through the showcase, it walks on two legs. It runs on four. They showed it like kind of jumping between rocks, and at one point it looked to have wings, so it might be able to glide. I don't know. They really didn't show that. But yeah, so they start off just kind of walking next to a pack of armadillo-looking creatures, and then the pack is soon attacked by some giant monsters. The monsters are like kind of focusing on the pack more than they are the hunter, which is different to say the least. And then like behind them, there's like a sandstorm chasing them. Eventually, the sandstorm engulfs everything, and you're just in this sandstorm, and there's lightning, and it's very dramatic. At one point, it looked like one of the armadillo creatures had like a lightning rod, and lightning struck it. And then they showcase some more lightning hit the ground. Very interesting, very interesting. And then, like I said, they showed the mount hopping between some rocks. Showed it using its wings to kind of decelerate, and then for the final overall view, they show the character on like a cliff, and they show the entire like desert area, and Rathalos flies by. They gotta include Rathalos. That's their iconic monster. Everyone knows who that is. So they gotta showcase it. Very interesting trailer, to say the least. Like, I went back and watched the World trailer, the announcement trailer for World, and it just seemed like they showcased so much more in that. Like, they basically showed an entire hunt with the Anjanath. They showed you the Clutch Claw. They showed you the Scout Flies. Excuse me. They showed you. They showed you a bunch of things. I can't remember it. Oh, they showed you like some of like the shooting the rocks to land on Anjanath. Like, they showed you a lot. So for this one to just be I should have went back and watched Rise 2, but for this one just to show you on the mount the entire time, not really fighting any of the monsters, a bit disappointing. But good news is, at least for me, like the good news is it's back on the PS5. So I'm really hoping that they go more towards like the World direction, where in World, that environment, that layout just seemed like a living, breathing environment. Like, there's so much you could go see and do. At least it felt that way. You had like layers. There was the ancient forest that was like you could climb up this giant tree and get all the way to the top where Rathalos had his nest, and the wasteland where there's like underground where Diablos was, the Rotten Vale with the lame effluvia and stuff like that, and coral. I forgot what it was called. Yeah, but anyway, you guys get the point. Like, I love those environments. Like, just being in those environments, playing World again has just been so much fun. So I'm really hoping they cater more to that like as opposed to Rise, where it's like these very straightforward maps. Like, yeah, there's some mountains that you can climb and this and that, but they just mostly seem like very straight and one dimensional. Um, it does seem like they are going to like stick to more of the increased pace of the game. Like I said, they have the new mount, whatever that is, going to be called, and it just seems like that's the direction they're going to. They want it to be fun. They want it to be quick and easy. While there may still be a learning curve, they really want you to get in, get out, and just keep the game moving. Just keep the game moving, which I appreciate that. I personally, being a Monster Hunter fan for basically since Try, like I really enjoy doing the tracks, and I kind of hope they have stuff like that. Like I hope they allow us to hunt these monsters as opposed to just run to these monsters and fight them. So very interested to see what they do there. Um, I don't know how most people like. I know how I feel about it. I with the weather effects, I really, 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 really hope they bring back underwater fights. I miss some of those monsters. I mean, obviously, everyone's favorite is the Lagiacrus. I really want them to bring him back. That's always a fun hunt. All the different varieties, like the gear. Like, I really want to see that. I really do want underwater fights to come back. And just in general, like there's just another layer that they can have in this game, and I just feel like it being on the PS5 and away from. To be honest, ever since they left the 3DS, I feel like they could have brought that back, and I think it's worth it. I think it'll be a lot of fun, regardless of what system it's on. Some other things that I really look forward to seeing, the big, obviously the big Elder Dragon fights. I kind of miss doing those. World had it. I'm trying to remember. Like I don't think Rise had it that much. I don't. To be honest, I didn't really play Rise enough to see those fights. But I mean, that just goes with how much I enjoyed Rise compared to World. Like World, you had a Cool Tara, and back in Try you had like Jinhin Moran, and I just kind of miss those fights where there's just these giant monsters and you don't know if you're doing damage to them, but you're whittling away as you can. I miss how inviting World was for me to like just get on and play with random people. Like even playing Rise online on my PC, it just seems like it's not as enjoyable. It doesn't seem like there's like a vast community like there was with World. I mostly play with my friend Albert, and even then, it just seems like there's connection issues. Like they never really got the multiplayer figured out like that. Whereas in like World, I could just hop on and play with randos whenever I felt like it, and it was legitimately enjoyable. Like if I really needed to hunt something and I couldn't wait for Albert, I could just get on, look for that lobby, and just enjoy it. Like I miss that. Like I also, as much as I enjoy like Rise's like introduction um to monsters, like with the poetry and the haikus, and I World is so much better. Like having a cutscene for each individualized monster was just a lot of fun. Like seeing our hunters interact with the monster before actually fighting it was cool. Like I want that back. One thing that I do hope though in Wilds is like World had it right, where you could do all the story missions with your friends, and it was fun. The only thing I want them to change, obviously, everyone has this issue, is we should be able to play with our friends from the start, not having to go find a cutscene and then hop out or send an SOS flare just to come back in and start all over. Like, if you're able to have cutscenes for multiple people at the end of a hunt, figure it out so you can have cutscenes for multiple people when the hunt starts. Like that's what I want. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think about how the Wilds trailer was for you. It's very interesting that it didn't really showcase much, but it's Monster Hunter. I'm always gonna look forward to Monster Hunter each and every game. Let me know what you guys want to see in this game, and yeah, subscribe to the channel, man. Listen to our podcast for sure, especially the podcast on World, or on not on World, but on Monster Hunter, the movie. It was very interesting to talk about. And if you want to see more videos of my reactions, or if you want us to react as a group to things, let me know. But yeah, this has been John of the Legendary Sid Podcast, and see you next time. Bye.